want to bring your attention to, and then you help me take a look at it, and then I'll get your contribution. On Twitter at Brilla FM 889, on the Facebook fan page Sports Radio Brilla FM, and yes, the phone line 0700 0000 889.
When the fans asked for more, we at Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla FM gave them 4 wishes and a magical line. It simply means when you call 0700 889, you're routed through 4 different lines. So when you dial the magical number 0700 889, you get through to us on 4 lines. That means you have 4-in-1 chance of having your voice heard on your favorite radio station. So go ahead and start dialing. It's the 4-in-1 package from the home of the fans.
ẹ̀lẹ́ o gbogbo ẹ̀yin olólùfẹ́ aré ìdárayá gẹ́gẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀ ṣe mọ̀ pé àrùn gbẹ̀mígbẹ̀mí coronavirus ti sọ́ra rẹ̀ dẹ̀rù jẹjẹ tó búrẹ́kẹ́ lágbàáyé báyìí ó wá jẹ́ dandan kí gbogbo ènìyàn ó gbé ìgbésẹ̀ láti pagidínlẹ̀ ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn ọ̀hún ká sì kápá ẹ̀ láti márùn lọ́dọ̀ ẹlòmíì tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ ká jọ kápá ẹ̀ kó má kàn wá àwọn ohun tẹ́ ẹ ní láti ṣe nìwọ̀nyí o àkọ́kọ́ ẹ máa fọwọ́ yín lóòrèkóòrè pẹ̀lú ọṣẹ àtomi ó kéré jù níṣẹ́jú àáyá 20 seconds kí sì máa lo òróró apàrùn alcohol based hand sanitizer. ìkejì tẹ́ ẹ bá fẹ́ sín ẹ máa fi ìgúnpá yín tàbí pépà fẹ́lẹ́fẹ́lẹ́ bo inú àtẹnu yín. ìkẹta ó kéré tán ẹ máa jìnnà síra yín níwọ̀n mítà 2 sẹ́ni tó bá lárùn òtútù tàbí kàtá. ìkẹrin ó ti dèwọ̀ kẹ́nikẹ́ni ó má ṣe fọwọ́ sójú símú tàbí sẹ́nu. ìkarùn-ún tó bá jẹ́ wípé ẹ ti kọjá sórílẹ̀-èdè táwọn coronavirus ti gbilẹ̀ dáadáa lẹ́nu ọjọ́ mẹ́ta yìí ẹ rí i wípé ẹ yára yín sọ́tọ̀ fódìdí ọjọ́ 14 ó kéré jù. tẹ́ ẹ bá wá kẹ́fì ẹnikẹ́ni tó láàmú ibà ikọ́ tàbí tó ń fi ìnira mí bóyá omi gúlegúle ẹ tètè kàn sí àjọ tó ń gbógun ti ìtànkálẹ̀ àrùn nílẹ̀ yìí àjọ NCDC lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ lórí àgọ́ yìí 0800 970 00010 ọ̀fẹ́ ni o tàbí kẹ́fì àtẹ̀jíṣẹ́ ṣọwọ́ sí 0809 955 5577 àrùn coronavirus yìí kò ní ìyálé wa o àmì Brilla Media ló mú kéde yìí wá.
Welcome back. Yes, a beautiful Tuesday morning right here on Sports Radio 88.9 Brilla for Orella. We are outside the arena and a bit of a dilemma. Yes, it's facing a whole lot of people because of the recent COVID pandemic lockdown attendant situation. So some people have complained about having to go out. Yes, a lockdown has been eased. Some offices have opened up. People are going to work. But this is the thing. A lot of people are complaining of spending more money to go and collect less. Let me explain. Yes, so someone who has a job, well, like has happened, a lot of companies have had to adjust and the salaries have been slashed. Some by half, some, I can't even begin to tell you. And some believe that they're spending a lot more to go to work to go and collect less than they used to. And some have said, you know what, rather than continue to spend more, like throwing money away, I'd rather stay home and manage the little that I have. So which is a better option? To stay home and manage the little resources that you saved over time, or to continue to go out realizing that you're spending more and not bringing back as much as you used to? That's the dilemma. Which is a better situation? That's what I want to find out from you today. It's already coming in on the social media platforms. I'll take your contributions at the tail end of giving you an update because a lot of things are happening all across. Let's start off by letting you know that Justice Aisha Kumalia of the Borno State High Court convicted and sentenced an assistant director in Borno State Ministry of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Osman Abaji, to 6 months imprisonment for obstruction of justice. The convict was prosecuted by the Maiduguri Zonal Office of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission on a one-count charge of willful obstruction of the commission to exercise its powers to investigate and prosecute on a matter involving one Ibrahim Goni Bama, which is contrary to Section 38, subsection 2 of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission Establishment Act. And let's cross over to Ekiti State, where the head of service, Mrs. Peju Babafemi, has revealed that immediate dismissal awaits any male worker caught sexually assaulting his female counterpart in the state civil service. Babafemi stated this while receiving the wife of the state governor, Mrs. Bisi Fayemi, who paid an advocacy visit to her office in Ado-Ekiti. According to the head of service, the present administration has zero tolerance for sexual offenders, stressing that the government will not condone any act of sexual abuse in the state, especially within the civil service. Moving over to Enugu State, Governor Ifeanyi Ugwuanyi has approved the constitution of an ad hoc expert medical advisory committee on urgent and effective measures for de-escalation of a COVID-19 pandemic in Enugu State. The setting up of the committee followed the recent spike of COVID-19 cases from 76 to 144 within a few days in the state. The secretary to the state government, Professor Simon Otuanya, revealed in a statement earlier today that a committee was set up by Governor Ugwuanyi as recommended by the state chapter of the Nigeria Medical Association. And following the threat by the Ogun State Governor, Prince Dakwa Abiodun, to ban Okada operations in the state, a COVID-19 joint task force on commercial motorcycles in the state impounded no fewer than 150 motorcycles for disregarding safety measures put in place by the state government to curtail the spread of the virus in the state. Just yesterday, the task force, which comprises the Amalgamated Commercial Motorcycle Riders Association of Nigeria, the Riders and Owners Motorcycles Organization, and the Amalgamated Motorcycle Riders Association jointly embarked on the clampdown operation and enforcement in different parts of the state.
Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere.
Yes, you can take Brilla with you anywhere, everywhere.
The Brilla app is available for free download on Google Play. It is also there on the Apple iTunes Store. Yes, on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store.
Look out for the Brilla football and microphone logo with the letters BRILA in green colour.
That is our authentic app. It gives you Brilla FM, Brilla.net, BrillaSports.tv, and all the extra betting tips, live score, plus our Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, Google Plus, and YouTube posts.
Sports fun. You can post your videos and eyewitness reports.
Brilla, B-R-I-L-A. Available for download on Google Play and the Apple iTunes Store. Take Brilla anywhere, everywhere on your handset.
Welcome back. We are still outside the arena. Quickly going to the foreign scene, as let you know that Seattle's mayor has said the city plans to take back a district that is being occupied by armed protesters after 3 people were shot over the weekend. Mayor Jenny Durkin said the violence had become increasingly difficult for businesses and residents. She said the city will work with the demonstrators to end the so-called Capitol Hill occupied protest zone. In the meantime, German authorities are bringing back local lockdown measures after an outbreak linked to a meatpacking plant. The premier of the North Rhine-Westphalia state said restrictions will return in the Gütersloh district, home to about 360,000 people. Armin Laschet said the lockdown will last until the 30th of June and described the move as a preventative measure. It is the first return of containment measures since Germany began lifting its lockdown in May. The country was widely praised for its response to the pandemic, but there are concerns infections are rising again. Lothar Wieler, head of Germany's public health body, the Robert Koch Institute, told reporters earlier today the country was at risk of a second wave of infections, but said he was optimistic they could prevent it. All right, it's time to bring you on board at 0700-0000-889. You can tweet at BrillaFM889. And yes, phone lines are already lighting up. And remember, I'm asking which is, better, which is a choice you would make. Lesser of two evils, you might say. Stay home and keep the amount of money you've managed to save and spend it wisely while planning on how to get things back to normal, or continue to go out knowing that the amount of money you're bringing in is less than what you are spending? Which is a better choice? Phone lines are buzzing. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir.
Morning to you, my brother.
This on the line.
Let's hear from you, Charlie.
Good morning, how your family, sir?
Yeah, we thank the Almighty. On Johnson.
Okay, my thing is this. Thank you. You see, to your question, to me, I prefer to be going up and bringing money less than staying home and spending more. My siblings finish now. I can't continue and I have to go out and look for little that can make me better. Thank you.
All right, thank you so much. Yes, he said it's better to go out and look for something, because if you say stay home and work with the one that you say, when will it not finish? But then mathematically, if you're going out and you're spending more than what is coming in, after a while, it's the same thing that will happen. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
My name is Joshua.
Let's hear from you, bro.
I prefer staying home than going out
You,
for less.
you stay home. You sound like somebody who would prefer to stay home. But when you stay, when you stay home, what's going to happen?
I'm very sure I have.
Do you know how long you are going to be at home?
Till end.
Till it ends.
You end, you know it will play to end.
So when what you have at home finishes, what are you going to do?
Of last week.
You do what?
It was last week.
It must not finish.
Yes.
You are not a very practical somebody. You are not a very practical. No, this is actually a very, very, it might be laughing, it might sound humorous, but it's actually something a lot of people are facing. Yes. I was in talks with a gentleman earlier today, and he said it was very, very problematic having to go out every day to work when what was coming in is less, far, far less than what it used to be. And he said it can't continue. He's going to have to stop it. And that's the situation a lot of people are finding themselves in. Because when you factor everything, cost of transportation has gone up. Yes, indeed. Despite fuel costing less, which is a very, very funny thing. Cost of food also has gone up. And yet the money coming in is nothing to write home about. So is it better to continue to go out and be expending all that money, or take a look at what is available right now and let's stay home for now until things get better? Which is the lesser of the two evils? Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, Chidi.
Good morning to you, my brother.
Yeah, this is Chidi on the line.
How you doing, Chidi?
Yeah, you see, this issue of going out, it depends on business or what one does for a living.
Okay.
Like me, I stay in computer village, Ikeja. I don't go out if I'm not sure if they have a supply that day, or someone asked me to do something to a particular office. Like today, Tuesday now, sometimes I'm just driving to office now, just because I have something to go and get for someone. But if not, I don't see where I'll turn my vehicle, burn my fuel, go there, pay for car park, stay, drive them, enter inside, and maybe nothing happens. It doesn't make sense. You tell yourself it's only like 2,000 or 2,500 just on transport, car park, and eating everything 3,000, and you come back nothing.
But Chidi,
But if you have someone on
if
appointment,
something is going to happen, but at the end of the day, what has happened has produced less than what you spent.
that's what I'm saying. Like now I'm going out. I know what I'm going to get. I've already calculated the price, the profit, everything. It's better that I go out. If it's not much, I can look for someone who is coming towards my way. Please get this thing for me while coming back.
Okay.
You see, so you plan yourself very well. It's not just going out that matters. That's why I say it depends on the kind of business. So, our business computers, you go and then sell something, but although sometimes you can go and you'll be fortunate for the day. But Tuesday and Thursdays, you have to calculate very well before you go. But Monday, Wednesday, Friday, sure, you must go.
Okay.
So I appreciate that topic. Yeah, good one.
Thank you, man.
Nice day.
Yes, you too. Yes, indeed. So it depends on that. But then there's some things that are easy to calculate, like Chidi now. He knows what to expect. He can factor it that, okay, I stand to make this much by spending this much, and what is coming in is greater than what is going out. But what of those who can't? If you're a salary earner, you already know what's coming in, and then transportation, food, everything. What do you do? Are you going to quit that job? Ha! We drink Gary. We're outside the arena. That is if you even have Gary to drink. We're outside the arena on a Tuesday morning. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning to you.
I'm telling you, I'm first time caller.
How you doing? Wait, Belumi.
Yes.
Okay. I'm tempted to ask how old you are, but I think you are old enough.
Yes, I would enough.
Yes, you are, obviously. All right, go ahead. What's your take on this one?
One of the was the minister resource also is going to finish. So it's just better you go to work and manage everything. You add to the ones at the.
Okay. All right then. Thank you so much, Pelumi. I guess Pelumi is saying a bird in hand is worth two in the bush. If you stay at home saying, okay, I have something at home, let's ride this out until this whole thing finishes. What if it doesn't finish anytime soon? But if you go out, at least you'll be adding a little by little. Hopefully, the thing will go. Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
How you doing, bro? What's your name?
Marshall on the line.
Okay, we're outside the arena. What's your take on this one?
Marshall, good man. This one, personally, I always calculate for this. So, from side to Lagos Island, is not small. Also, normally, it's 200 is 400. And when you go there, the first year of the idea, maybe starting. So, the thing is not, I don't know. But this is the when they go out, they know what to do. They don't know the time where they are before. They get the name. But when you ask them, the customer will call you that, where are you? And then yourself, where are you? So that kind of thing. But I know that more spend now than before.
Okay.
You spend a lot than before.
So it's better to go out.
Yeah, it's better you go out. Like today is not our market day, so I have to start doing this and things on the last.
Okay. All right, then. Thank you so much. Yes, Sports Radio 88.9, Brilla for Rilla. Looking at, yes, it says I can squeeze one final call. It will come in quickly. 0700-0000-889. That is the number to dial. We're outside the arena on a Tuesday. Yes, a sexy Tuesday. I'm saying which is better in light of current hard times. Stay home or go out. Hello. My brother. Yes, sir. Welcome. What's your name? Okay, I can give you 30 seconds. Use it well, quickly.
In fact, I was looking at you. This is the first time I'm on your show.
Whoa! Sound the bell for you, my guy. All right, wrap it up for me. Yes.
Let me break it down for you.
Break it down.
They say half bread is better than none.
Puff. Better than none is old. You see, half bread is better than puff.
It's better than puff. Let me tell you, okay? I rather go out, okay, and get that little thing, okay? But this one I'm going to do. This is where calculation comes in. Okay? Okay, now transport fares have tripled, okay, and food also. I think what I'm going to do, I'll just use one stone to kill two birds.
Okay.
I'd rather find probably a different house in my job location. I just hang out there.
And squats.
Okay.
Okay.
That way, I've cut off because of transport. Okay. Then the little that's coming in, I just cut down on my feeding attitude. I think that way I will able to overcome spending.
Thank you so much, my brother. Yes, indeed. And it's good to be wise. The little that is coming in, you want to say, because I'm spending too much, I'll now stay home and be dipping into savings. When will savings not finish? Chidi has captured it perfectly. This is the time to start putting wise measures in place. If you can stay closer to work, stay home. If you can stay with a friend, stay. Of course, while observing social, and that is if you have a generous friend who can accommodate you. If you can do any little way you can cut expense while something is still coming in, do it. But continue to go and get that little. Be thankful for the one you still have. Some are looking for and they don't have anything. So be wise. That's the message. That's how far we can take you outside the arena right about now. Yes, indeed. It's been a pleasure being with you on the Big Sports Breakfast Show. And the action continues as we get into the afternoon drive. So you know better than to touch it. Kelani Abdul Hakim Adeshola is my name. I urge you to stay right here. Follow on Twitter at Brilla FM 889. Join the family on the Facebook fan page. Download the Brilla app if you haven't. It's available on the Google Play Store and the Apple iTunes Store. Let's hook up with ID Eneng as we navigate with ID.
This is the home of sport. Sports Radio, 88.9, Brilla FM.
Get motivated, get inspired, get lifted, get involved. Transform your potential to make that decision today. Corporate Shepherds presents Navigates with ID, airing weekdays on this station at 11:55 a.m. For updates, please follow ID on Twitter and Instagram at IDNang.
This is Navigate with ID, brought to you by Corporate Shepherds.
Welcome, my dear friends, to Navigate with ID. We've been looking at the subject of prioritization. And just to piggyback on our edition yesterday, we said to prioritize means to arrange in order of importance so that you can deal with the most important things before the others. You must learn to prioritize your work. You have to prioritize the things you do and the resources you expend, because you cannot do everything. Prioritization is a key skill. Those are the big nuggets that we put on the table for conversations yesterday. And today, continuing on that same trajectory, are built on the principle that for you to effectively prioritize your life and to do things that will increase your happiness and fulfillment, one principle you must not forget is doing one thing at a time with the full presence of mind. Very many times we talk about multitasking. Very many times you hear people say, I am on multiple hustles. You are an engineer in one bed, you are an estate agent in the other, you are selling puff-puff in another, and especially with this constant drive to be an entrepreneur. Many people are doing and dipping their hands in so many pies, but when you ask them, what is that one thing that you are known for? They will just look at you agape. So I'm going to say to you, please, by the mercies of God, be known for one thing, consolidate it, make it work, and then you can then branch out to do other things. At that time, you will be someone who will be ready to employ labor or employ support or co-workers that will help you take on the different aspects of the business. The second principle that I'd like to put on the table is when you prioritize family and close friends, it means that you are placing them at the very top. What it means inadvertently is that you need to nurture your important relationships in such a way that when you tell people you care about what you care about, i.e. family, you're simply just saying to them,